I know I said I was back last video. I lied. That was rude. Craniosynostosis. Okay. What I want to talk about today is, okay, I'm starting over.
Hi everyone. So I'm coming back today with another video. I know I said I would be back, but my life is just not, I don't do much. And I know that a lot of you guys are curious to know why Camila had to wear a helmet, why all of that. So I'm here to tell you guys, tell you a little bit more about what Camila had. May 14th was Camila's 1-year anniversary from her surgery. So Toto's mom, my mother-in-law, she had pointed out that Camila's head was irregular, that it just didn't look right. And at the moment I was pretty upset because of the fact that I just had a baby, someone's pointing out their flaws, and you know, it made me upset. But so she told us that for us to bring it up in her next appointment. And you know, I was pretty upset the fact that she called Camila out on her head. I mean, to me, to a mother, all kids, you know, your kids are perfect. I didn't think nothing was wrong with Cami. Neither did Toto, because I told Toto, I was like, do you think something's wrong with her? And Toto was like, no. And I was just like, you know, we were just kind of confused. And then the more you think about it, the more you start to see it. So that was me. And I was doing a little research on my own before her appointment, and I was like, nah, like it's nothing. You know, I was like, it's nothing. We went to Camila's appointment on February 7th of 2018, and as we were finishing up with her appointment, I had to really take a deep breath and ask this question, because I was personally really scared that he would be like, oh yeah, you know, something's wrong with her head, or whatever the case may be. And so I just really had to take a deep breath, and Toto was kind of looking at me like, are you gonna ask? You know, and I was just kind of like, and surely enough, I asked him, I was like, is there anything wrong with Camila's head? And he goes along and saying, I don't think so. And so he went further and touched, you know, back here, and he did feel who knows what he felt. And he was like, you know what? He's like, I'm not a specialist. He's like, but I can definitely feel something that it could be close. He's like, I think what she has is craniosynostosis. I look at him and I'm like, what? You know? And then he goes further telling me that it's, you know, pretty much a bone thing, like the skull. It just like, yeah, fuses, and hers just is probably closing too soon. I was really just expecting for the doctor to be like, you guys are just overreacting, her head's fine. But no, that wasn't the case. And so he told us, he was like, I would, you know, go see them. Neurosurgeons are at the UNM hospital. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, fine. And he said that he would send a referral, or like a recommendation, what a referral I think it's called, to the UNM hospital to get us an appointment. So, okay. So that was February 7th. February 9th came along, and I had called, and they had not received the referral. Okay. So then I was like, okay. And then they told me to call a week later. February 16th came, I called, they had received the referral, and they're just waiting for it to be reviewed. So this took forever. And then I was over here panicking because I thought it had to be done like now. I thought this was just something that needed to be fixed, and they just took forever. And I mean, I get it. It happens. I called Monday, and they said that they were still waiting for a review. On March 15th, so this was February 26th when I called, and they were still waiting for a review. Now, March 15th, they called me, and they told me that it was reviewed, and we made the appointment. April 3rd, we went to the UNM hospital for Camila. So we went ahead and went to the appointment on April 3rd. First, we had spoken to Barbara, and she is one of the doctors there, like family. I'm not 100% sure what her title is. I feel really bad for not knowing. So she went ahead, and when we went, we saw her first, and so she touched Camila's head, and she wasn't quite sure, like, to tell me yes or no, and she was feeling back here, and all we were waiting on was the doctor, Dr. Shetty. Dr. Shetty, I believe, is a plastic surgeon. So we're waiting on him, and while we were there, we're just kind of talking to Barbara. Barbara was kind of telling us what it could be, what it may be. It's not a big deal, and you know, it happens, you know. So Dr. Shetty came into the room, and he then started feeling Camila's head. And doctors, when they specialize in something, they're kind of more harsh, like they're not so delicate, and they know exactly where to touch, where to detect the problem. So as soon as Dr. Shetty walked in there, he looked at Camila's head, he saw her, and then he started feeling her head, and then he was like, yeah, she's gonna have what is called sagittal craniosynostosis. I was like, excuse me? Well, what they recommended us to do, just to be sure, is to get a CT scan done. Dr. Shetty told us, look, I can just feel it off the bat. Sometimes you feel it and you miss it because it's just not noticeable. He says that he definitely felt it on Camila. And so he said that if we wanted to go ahead and do a CT scan, I was like, okay. I was like, I think we should, because I was just really hoping, I was like, maybe there's that extra hope that this isn't it, you know, like this, it can't be it. So me and Toto ended up setting an appointment there at the UNM hospital for a CT scan. Mind you, they scheduled us for a whole month after we saw them. So we saw them April 3rd, and I think the appointment was scheduled for like May something. So it was a whole month like ahead, and they did tell us that the procedure we wanted to go through, we had to do it under like 5 months in order to do the procedure we wanted. Now, there are two procedures that you can do. One is the one that we went ahead and did, where pretty much they cut you right here. It's about like that big, and back here on your head. And then they go in and take out a suture or like a fuse, whatever it's called. And then they stitch you back up, and then you're put on helmet therapy. So 6 months and older, they do an open cranial vault remolding surgery. So that's pretty much where they open you literally all the way through from ear to ear this way. And they go in and literally perfect everything, and they stitch you back up. We just kind of felt the need that we had a time frame to do things. So, well, we scheduled the appointment, and we were still kind of in the time frame. So while we were kind of just, you know, processing through our heads what Camila had and stuff like that, I had spoken to my boss, and my boss was like, she is a mother of 5, like she has 5 kids. So she was always like, get a second opinion. And that is probably the best advice I had ever received. It just makes you feel like you're doing the best for your baby. So every time like I would try to make an excuse for why I wouldn't want a second opinion, she would just cut me off and just like,
get a second opinion, get a second opinion, get a second opinion.
And I really, till this day, now I'm like, I need to get a second opinion for everything. Now I'm just like, I need to get a second opinion. I need to get a second opinion. So I'm really grateful for that advice, because it's great advice. And for anybody dealing with anything,
get a second opinion.
I'm just gonna end up repeating her, get a second opinion. It literally helped me. So I went ahead actually and called UNM, the neurosurgeons, and I asked them if we can get the CT scan done by ourselves. Like if we can go to, you know, Christus St. Vincent and get the CT scan done there. And they said like, yeah, like that was totally fine. So we got the CT scan April 9th. This is all 2018. So After that, I believe, so we got the CT scan, they gave us a CD, and they said that they would even send it to Dr. Shetty, so we ended, they did all of that for us. So May 1st, they scheduled it to Camila's pre-op appointment. So there we kind of just did everything with seeing how the procedure would be, how long it would take, recovery, all of that. We talked about everything there, and we did see the CT scan, and Camila indeed did have her sutures closed. So these are the type of craniosynostosis. I'm not gonna pronounce this because I'm gonna pronounce it really wrong. I just know Camila's, which is sagittal. So this is, I'm gonna show you guys right here. This right here is a normal head, the way it should be. You guys see how, so these are called the sutures, and that's how it should look. Camila's was looking like this one. This is how Camila's was looking. So Camila's head, now that I look back to her baby pictures, you can tell. And I was just so blinded by the fact that my baby was perfect, And who doesn't see their baby as perfect, So, and these right here are all different types of the craniosynostosis that you can have. So yeah, Camila's was here, and you guys see this highlighted. That's what was closing on her head. May 14th came, May 14th of 2018 came, and our arrival time was to be there at 9. And so with all the paperwork, getting her in and registered and all of that, they did not take Camila in for surgery. They didn't take her in until 11:38 about in the morning. So it was 11:38 a.m. And we didn't get to see Camila till 3 p.m. So, I mean, like 3 hours and a half of just anxiety and hoping that they would call us in soon. We stayed there, and Camila was just super swollen. She was just, her head, she was wearing like a head wrap. Bandages, just like, she didn't look like Camila, and it was just so sad seeing her like that because she was just this happy baby, and it's just so hard seeing your babies like that. And we stayed there for 2 nights. We stayed there 2 nights. The first night they actually told us that we could leave the next day. At like the May 14th that night, they told us they could release us the next day. I did not want to go home. I did not want to go home. I wanted to stay there with the doctors, with the nurses, so they would help me take care of her until she was okay. They did tell us that if we felt more comfortable, we could stay another night, and that is what we decided to do. I just felt like I still needed to learn how to care for her more because she was gonna be leaving without the bandages. So it was so hard, you guys. It was really hard. So we they kept the bandages on until we were about to leave. So then on the 16th we were still in the UNM hospital in the morning. We didn't leave around to like 12ish, and the hanger clinic, which is the people who do all the measurements for helmets and stuff, and they don't just do helmets, they also do braces for like your legs and stuff, like for kids who need braces on their legs and stuff like that. They do all of that. So Hanger Clinic actually came to the hospital, and they took her measurements there. They did everything there. They took her measurements. So that's when we saw the head thing come off. And she was just swollen all around. It was so sad, you guys. And on May 23rd, so this was May 16th when they got her measurements. They said that we would get like a week until we would get our helmet. Either way, whether we got our helmet or we didn't, we would still be seeing them a week later, just to be seen. So after we got home on May 23rd, the helmet came on. We went to the appointment, and her helmet, they had her helmet, the helmet had came in, and we got her helmet on. So this was the exact helmet Camila wore. So I'm so glad that I have. Helmet came on, and we had to see them every 3 weeks. So she had this on for 5.5 months until she got it off, and just wearing this every single day, 23 hours a day. We were able to take it off for an hour to shower her, to rest, because she got really sweaty. She got this on during the summer, so she was super sweaty. So that was a little hard because she would get really frustrated from the heat. Camila had her 6-month checkup with Dr. Patterson on May 5th of 2018. And then after that appointment, we went to Albuquerque back to see Dr. Shetty and Barbara. And they were kind of just doing an incision checkup to see if anything was infected, to see if anything was, just to check if everything was okay. So, and surely enough, everything was going good. I mean, we tried to keep it as clean as possible. We cleaned out her helmet the way they told us, so we never really had problems, and we would always have her helmet on. October 16th, Camila saw Dr. Shetty again, and this was just kind of a checkup. And he pretty much told her that we would be seeing her every year until she is 7. So pretty much this October, I'm not too sure when I have the appointment, but this October of 2019, we have an appointment to go see Dr. Shetty. They just want to monitor that everything is going great with her head. And on October 27th, Camila had helmet issues. She was sweating green. That doesn't make sense, but she was sweating green. And I was like, this has never happened. And we've gone to Colorado twice with her helmet on, and it's never happened. So I knew it wasn't because we were traveling. I ended up sending pictures to Barbara. I was like, hey Barbara, I was like, Camila's sweating green, and then her helmet was even staining green, like in here. I don't know if you guys can see, like this and this. Those are two. So this right here is actually a pad, and this right here, this was like greenish, like not like grass green, but like it was like a light green, you can just tell, and it was like dripping on her clothes, and it was actually like on the back of her head where she would like sweat the most. It would like kind of be like if it was like mucus kind of. It was weird. So we were advised to just keep it off and put it on her at night, just until we saw the guy at Hanger Clinic again. So then I was like, okay, I was like, we could do that. So having her helmet free was stressful because she hit her head all the time. She was just so used to using the helmet. She learned how to walk with her helmet on. She did everything with her helmet on. So when you take something away from them that they're so used to, they don't know how to act. Like Camila bumped her head. Camila actually, by the time we left Colorado, Camila had 3 bumps on her forehead. It was hard. And even after we came back from Colorado, it was super hard. She had just this phase where if she didn't get what she wanted, if she wanted to throw her tantrum, she would just throw herself back. And when she had her helmet, she didn't care how bad she would hit her head because it wouldn't hurt her. But when she first realized that she didn't have her helmet anymore and she threw herself back, it hurt really bad. And November 14th came and Camila was helmet free. And we even got a cute certificate. We got a cute certificate saying like her graduation completion. It was really, really cute. And this was one thing that I found really crazy, was that it's more common on boys than it is on girls. It's actually 4 boys in each girl. So Camila just got lucky. It's not known why it happens, but it is a relation to a genetic disorder. A lot of people did ask me if it like messes with her brain. No, it does not mess with her brain if it's corrected on time. Now, when I would say, oh, it was just her skull that was misshapen, they're like, oh, they kind of looked at me like if Camila was not gonna be as, like if Camila's brain was not in the same level as most kids. But that's not the case. The case is just the bone. It's not the brain. The brain was gonna grow regardless. Just the brain was gonna grow in her forehead. So it's gonna make her kind of have like a really puffy forehead. And or it was gonna grow like a ball behind her neck, like you know, like back here. So it has nothing to do with her brain. If it's not corrected though, I did read that it is a possibility. And then I did read that it is 1 in every 1,800 to every 3,000 children. So when we first got the helmet, this black thing was the same color as the helmet, so it was light pink. So how you put it on is you just take these off. So we would just do it like that. So it's like that. And it has this little nail and it has that little opening. So you guys can see. And then this would go back here. Obviously it doesn't fit me. And this would go in the front. Hi. So, and then all you have to do is just put those, oops, I can't see, like that. And then you would have to hold them together. Obviously Camila would be moving when we would do this. So me and Toto would both do it together. And then you would put these as tight as you think you can get it. And voila. Now, a lot of you guys really like the fact that I would always put bows on her head. I would never take a bow off her head until she got her helmet on. I was like, how am I supposed to style her hair? One, I had these for her hair. But I had took off the clip and I put Velcro, and I had different colors of these, and that's how she would wear these flowers. So really super cute. I loved these. These were my favorite. So that's how she would wear her helmet. And she also wore bows. Toto's mom made us these bows, and in the back it has a Velcro as well. And all we did was just like that. So I did not let this helmet ruin my experience with dressing her up in bows and stuff. So yeah, that is all the questions and everything that happened with Camila's craniosynostosis. It's totally normal, you guys. Just like, either do your own research when you see a baby with a helmet on, approach them really nice, or don't approach them at all if you don't know how to go along with approaching. You're just gonna be like, why the helmet, you know? So yeah, I think that's it, you guys. I am hoping to make more videos. I can't say I promise anymore because I suck at that. So let's hope. We can only hope. So yeah, I knew I wanted to make this video, and since Camila's 1-year anniversary from her surgery just passed, I figured it'd be the perfect time to let you guys know. So yeah, thank you everyone who watched, who subscribed, like and subscribe. And yeah, bye.